Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fetus Lab. We are playing Stasis part whatever. And yeah, when we last left off I just got into this room. And you can see there are a lot of these little hybrids that look kind of like grayskins. It has fallen from the operating table only to crawl around in aimless peregrination. No doubt delirious. Well, I kind of doubt it's delirious. All these hybrids are just, there's a withered one, a tiny one, a strapped one, emaciated, starving one. Ooh, bone mending glue. Let's go and grab that before we start looking at the computers. Alright. I don't know what we just got there. Alright, it was the bone mending glue. What's the matter with me? Alright. The creature is strained at its bindings. It seems healthy, though judging by the fury in its eyes, it's far from pleased. As an unlicensed medical non-professional, I don't think I'm qualified to make those calls. Just saying. Got some machinery. I'm just going and looking for the hotspots. I know there is the computer there. I'm wondering if he's gonna grab my legs. Oh, there's something. There's a PDA and a computer. Okay. Then we got conjoined hybrid fuse at the spine. Oh, right here. Oh, look. That's pretty awesome. It appears immobile, but its heads frequently scan the room. Well, that's kind of freaky. And we've got, oh, I guess that's to another room. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, guys, settle down. Alright, we've got birth reports. We've got Lana, Daryl, Frederick, and Nay. Well, what kind of name is Nay? Lana. Subject host is Tara McCormick, First Lieutenant Marine Liaison. Subject observations. It's rambunctious. Oh, sorry, it's rambunctious. Yeah, I don't know why I'm adding that word. It's whatever. Subject appears to have inherited her mother's powerful physical build and latent aggression. Lana has the makings of an excellent alpha female candidate. Recommend to move her to a group cell as isolation appears to promote irritability. Oops. Check out Daryl, who comes from Willow Brody, the nurse from the medical deck. Daryl is quiet but intelligent. Attempted to pick the lock on his cell yesterday but failed to escape. Excellent puzzle-solving skills and while not especially aggressive, has a strong build. A thinker clearly. There is no recommendation here. Frederick came from Marie Maxwell, a non-crew member, caterer from Phobos. Wow. We just went and did some kidnapping. Subject shows little of his mother's solid frame, but is a superb hunter. Stalks and learns tactics by observing the others. Appears to be developing a strong tactical mind. While he's going to be the mastermind, and everyone else is just going to do his bidding. Oh, here we go. This one's from Ellen Marichek, Space Tourist. Hence the musical cue. If you have not been following along, Ellen Marichek is our wife, our missing wife that we've been looking for. But I'm none too shocked, as you can tell. One to watch. Cunning, extraordinarily fast and dangerous. Appears to prefer isolation as attempted pairings result in fatalities. Takes an alpha role easily, dominated the other novae. A definite candidate for Lana's mate. So I assume that Nay is male. And I guess that says the wife is dead. I'm sure there's going to be chat about it right now. No chat. Okay, let's take a look at this PDA. I'll click on you. There you go. From Dr. Charlotte M. Williams. Oh, Francis, I still lie awake at night thinking of you. You haunt my dreams, my nightmares, and my fantasies. We found love, dear. Even when we worked in Kane's Sydney lab, creating viral strains that could turn a human inside out, we loved and made love. Ours was a match made in heaven. We worked only on the most exciting viruses and pathogens. Our work together was a Mozart requiem, a piece of perfection. My work now is a pale imitation of what it was once. Oh, Francis. How long ago was it now? It must be 10 years, but it feels like only yesterday. You were too sick to transfer to the Groomlake when I did. You died just as I took up my post. But don't fret, my angel. I've begun concocting a way of bringing you back to life. I always called you my little Frankenstein. Do you remember? Shredding the boundary between life and death was always your ultimate goal. Well, now, with Project Seed entering its second phase, my plans can finally be put into practice. Well, there's just some really mentally misaligned people on the Groomlake. The laboratories are off limits between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., so that's when I work. Naturally, I prepare all of the calculations and machine settings in my quarters. I keep the subject under a false name in one of the pods. So far, not even Dr. Milan knows what I'm doing. Each major laboratory operation I perform takes no more than an hour, and I always erase the machine records at the end of each one. I'm using your DNA, my darling. With the enhanced regenerative abilities of the genetic material we've already synthesized for Seed, you will be reborn. Quiet down, I'm trying to read. But you'll be impervious to physical degeneration, immune to sickness and pain. I'll have done what you would have wanted and made you perfect. And when you step healthy, unblemished, and reconstituted from your glass womb, you'll never leave me again. You must have had an amazing penis. Things have felt strange lately. My work continues, but I swear, darling Francis, I can feel you watching me. I'm trying to work longer hours to complete the new and reborn you, but it's not easy. Marvin has already had a look at some of my work, I'm sure, as if he'd have any concept of what I'm trying to achieve anyway. Why have I been clicking back? I must just go straight to next. I still wonder, my darling, why you cursed me as you died. You know it was an accident. I know you remember that. It wasn't murder. I've never committed a murder, not even when we tested that pathogen on those troublesome neighbors. It was an experiment. How were we supposed to know they'd choke to death on their own innards? I suppose death was a possibility, but that's science. I fear for your continued life. I'm afraid Milan knows. Who else knows? Have they contaminated you? I will run extra tests to make sure your code is not flawed or altered in any way. I'm anxious. I've started scratching my arms badly. At this rate, I may end up looking like that leprous toad Backman. I don't remember who Backman is. Oh, my dearest Francis, I have failed you. Milan knows. He confronted me about it directly. He wants me to make you just like them. I cannot have you crawling on all fours like some dog in the street. The very idea offends me. I will protect you with my life. You will be reborn. I swear this on my life. And then she died. Alright, let's go check out the other room. Why not? Down this way. Things are not good for Ellen. What's going on here? Hello? Hello? Oh, there. Oh! The hell's going on here? The creature squirms in its medical restraints, great black eyes in a sunken gray face glare with malice. Glare at what exactly? Life support, we got 2 PDAs, more logs, guys, I'm sorry. Mainframe computers, alright. Storage drives. Wonder if that's an AS400. Oh, we got a wall. That observation wall is stained top to bottom with an unpleasant array of sticky dried substances. And there's something right here that we can't get to. Or maybe that's just glare, because there's one down here as well. Alright, can we get in here? Oh, there's a ramp. Okay, I see.
Don't go any further. I'm warning you now.
How could you do this?
I do with my children as I see fit.
It's barbaric.
Spare me the pity of the righteous. Your daughter owes her life to me.
What do you know about Rebecca?
ARG was good on this ship, Mr. Maracek. Cancer, HIV, Ebola. I eliminated them all. Her life is mine to do it as I choose. Oh yes, I know about everything, Johnny boy. I know about your daughter.
signal, John. You need to hurry. We're close.
Close to what? I don't remember any of this shit. I don't know what is going on right now. Alright, let's check out some PDAs, I guess. Oh, we've actually got Dr. Milan's. He doesn't have a keyboard either. He's got the little input dial, but let's see. Excuse me. The new year begins, the wheel turns, and the Groomlake continues to lead the vanguard of scientific discovery for all humankind. Yet I feel dissatisfied. Even as the peons who worked under me celebrate the new year, I wonder, why? Why would you celebrate such an asinine concept as an outdated Gregorian calendar on a ship that's currently swimming through the depths of space? The reason is clear. Comfort. They fear the unknown, the alien, the impossible. I do not. I embrace the unforgiving cosmos with open arms. The problem with the research is the humans doing it, constrained as they are by conscience, remorse, and sometimes even fear. We try to grasp the infinite and give it a framework that ill-fits its cosmic splendor. This is my 10th year as Special Projects Director for Kane Corporation. Despite my discoveries and quests for knowledge, I'm held back at every turn by paperwork, moralizing scientists, and that group of degenerate toadies that I sit on the board with. If I were rid of them, then my word would be God. My word, not the word of a corporation. Still, they have their uses. The research is funded by Kane, and the Groomlake is kept running by the money and personnel they provide. But the time will come when all this changes. You mark my words. Yeah, okay. This guy is writing down a lot of career-destroying things in open emails, just saying. I'm inundated with emails from all departments about inconsistencies with storage and contaminated samples. This grand masquerade is sometimes more tedious than it's actually worth. Worst of all was Dr. Way and that technician, Miss Callister, is it? I don't really make short work of such troublemakers, but it hardly seems worthwhile. Troublemakers must be allowed to make trouble, because if they disappear, that legitimizes their claims, and somebody will always take up the fallen crusader's torch. Dr. Backman's tendencies are becoming harder to restrain. I'm well aware of his shortcomings. The old man is as brilliant as he is deranged, yet manages to go about his work with a sociopathic glee. He's useful to have around. He has requested more bodies for seed, specifically more women who were recently pregnant. That is problematic as we have very few such women on board, and imports are not easy to come by. We may have to play this one under the radar. Yes, the radar. That fool Dr. Gray complained yet again about his beloved insects becoming more aggressive as a result of the power outages. So what? Let them spill out onto the decks as far as I'm concerned. The importance of seed outranks the hydroponics project work by 1,000 to 1. I do like playing chess with Dr. Gray, of course. I win every time, a little fact he's unlikely to tell anyone, although he does seem quite happy to contact anyone who's interested with the opinion that he'd be the next best candidate for my job. Sebastian, you could not handle what I do. If you believe otherwise, then you are as great a fool as I imagine you to be. When the day that I shall foresee comes, you rotting corpse will be under my feet, and I will laugh. I apologize for all the extra sounds. Ignore those. Dr. Williams is still under the delusion that I don't know about her personal research. Officially, it's illegal for staff to conduct their own research, but this is interesting. Recreating her dead lover in the form of a hybrid? How fascinating. If it works, I'll make use of it. If it doesn't, then it'll burn with the rest of the rejects. The woman is obsessed, and I know that De Santos is playing no small part in feeding her delusions. I know her secret research won't cause me any problems, or I would never have allowed her on Project Seed. So, sorry. It seems contaminated waste from the corpse disposal overspill is contaminating the ship. It's causing a fungal growth, or so my various drones tell me. The fungus is a riveting proposition, though. While I'm angry at Dr. Brackman for terminating more subjects than strictly necessary, these unintended side effects are fascinating. I intimated as much to Dr. Gray, and I, of course, stroked his ego with hints at promotion and glory. He'll keep the fungus alive. The engineers want it destroyed, but I'm sure we can delay that. This experiment is becoming more engaging by the day, and I haven't even had to lift a finger. So while they clog up my inbox with demands and Rome burns, I plan to play the violin. We're more than secure here anyway, and this has a certain inevitability about it. I must record the daily developments as the experiment grows. This guy writes too much. It is as I foresaw, panic, destruction, and mayhem. And yet Seed continues apace. Once the fervor and the flame lies down, we'll sweep the decks of detritus, goddammit, and repurpose all of it for my beautiful hybrid creations. No more growing plants for the good of mankind. God is no longer the machine in the machine, my friends. I am God. My beautiful children have excelled themselves. They kill, they learn, they adapt. A primal species without any of the trappings of morality. It's their time now. They almost came to be once, many years ago, but were snuffed out by humanity, afraid of its natural successors. This systematic extermination was given a name, the Eugenics Wars. The public knew it as corporate warfare. In truth, it was a coordinated genocide. Humanity wasn't ready for Professor Geron's astounding discovery and sought to destroy it. His work was not perfect, of course. That's where I came in. I spent most of my life as part of Kane trying to access Professor Geron's original work. Old Man Kane pushed me to the top because we shared an ideal, the utilization of science for the perfection of humanity. Where we differed were the methods by which this was to be achieved. Not that he had much more to say after I held that pillow to his face as he lay in his hospital bed. All for a higher purpose. Creation of our species from raw subjects will become impossible now that the crew are dead, dying or unclean, but that's hardly an issue. Any subjects who were flawed or imperfect to have been turned into fertilizer that will nurture the perfection of the surviving race. Now the challenge is moving the Groomlake out of the range of the any other ships. No one can be allowed to escape this ship alive. Any good, strong survivors will become members of the new race. I am their creator. I control. I transcend. DeSantos, I'm so very disappointed in you. A distress signal? I thought we were of one mind here in Seed. I'll castrate and destroy you for this betrayal. Your flawed body is hardly worthy of becoming one of my children. But for now, I must turn off this accursed signal. You cannot hide from me, Marvin, you drug-peddling little fuck. Sorry. Anyways, that was a fun read. And this guy is still twitching. I guess there's something else going on with the hologram here, but we've got another PDA and I'm running out of time. Let's see how much is in here. Well, I guess this guy's a medic. Well, we'll give it a shot. I'm sorry, there's not going to be much more. We've been through 2 rooms. There's been a lot of logs. I guess the story's coming to a head. I've been reassigned to investigate the disappearance and murder of 2 scientists in the employ of Dr. Milan. A strange matter, to be sure. I've been observing the movements of some of these eggheads, and I can't say I'm too impressed. Doesn't anybody around here record their comings or goings, or make any notes? There is no traditional organization in this department whatsoever. Project Seed answers to nobody, this I know, but I thought these scientific types always made notes. Not that I care about admin, but I very much care about finding out who's selling weapons-grade secrets. Industrial secrets are a matter of life and death, especially death in this case. My investigation will be thorough, and no stone will be left unturned. The staff here are strange, and in fact I'd say lots of them are even crazy. But I couldn't care less about that. I just want names and answers. Okay? I got this job because I get things done, not because of my warm and caring personality. At the moment, people are taking umbrage to my investigation, but security is a constant and essential part of shipboard life, especially when we're talking about industrial espionage. Sorry. I'm not sure where the 2 missing scientists are, but it seems based on the modified records I found that they were killed and ejected into space. Any other man would assume that these 2 were the criminals, but I don't buy that. As far as suspects go, I've ruled out Charlotte Williams and Marvin DeSantos. Charlotte because she doesn't know where she is half the time, and DeSantos because he's just a smirking shit for brains. I'm confident that he's involved in drug dealing, and I will give him this. He's is cautious, and acts like he's a real ladies' man. But I know the truth. I've seen him rejected repeatedly at the bar. Since July, I've had to operate under the pretense that I'm an assistant. It's lucky that in my career I had some emergency room experience. The only other person who knows about my true purpose here is Dr. Milan. He's been encouraging. He constantly supplies me with information that I require for my investigation, and at times is a little over-helpful. Still, he seems honest enough. For the record, I'm well aware of the kind of man Dr. Milan is. I've seen his experiments with my own eyes. I've seen what happens when the bodies are disposed of, and the burning fires of the furnaces. But he does what's required to justify the means. There are few men in this world who will do what has to be done. For that, I admire him. He told me to watch over Dr. Williams' experiments. It seems they're unofficial, and although I prepared a report to Kane to have her removed from her position, Dr. Milan immediately overrode my request. I respect him, but to be honest, I don't like having my authority overruled. Bachman, of all people, was sniffing around today. It seems that old psychopath suddenly became curious. I asked Dr. Milan for further instructions, and he told me to incapacitate the old man. This I did. A shame I had to break the old guy's kneecaps. Honestly, I was hoping to slit his throat, but Dr. Milan insisted that he remain alive. Alive and in pain, but unable to move. I'm revising my earlier opinion of that DeSantos character. I still think he's a pathetic little shit, but I now believe he was partly responsible for some of the stolen information. He strikes me as an amateur, put up to this by an outside agent. I'll deal with DeSantos soon, but first I've got to monitor his movements. Make one move, pal, and I'll have you. Dr. Milan has earmarked me for one of his experiments. I know this because when I attempted to leave the ship to report to Kane Corp, I discovered that my access was restricted and blocked. I came back to my quarters and found Milan waiting there. He was waiting with 2 of those hellish critters that he's created. I'm not squeamish, but those things make me nauseous. I'm currently awaiting what he calls processing. I suppose at this stage I should make peace with God. I've killed many men in my life, and I'll never say that I feel remorse for it. And I won't give Dr. Milan the satisfaction of hearing me pray for mercy. My last notes on this affair are that Dr. Milan himself is at the heart of the events on board this ship. I was blind to it. I refused to believe that he was capable of creating such devastation. I always thought that scientists like control, but Milan breaks all the rules as far as science is concerned. The leaked information, the fungal growth, the missing scientists. I'm beginning to suspect he even knew that DeSantos was actually selling intelligence, and may have fed him the information to sell. To what end, I don't know. I suspect it was because DeSantos kept Backman drugged to the eyeballs with whatever powerful stimulants he happened to have so Backman could continue his work. I hear the machines being turned on. I welcome my fate. At least I know that I did my job for the King Corporation. Pretty impossible character. You know, you're facing your death and you're gonna be like, well, I did my job, man. Is there anything else to get in here? Well, before I answer that, we are running out of time, so I will leave it here. Thanks for joining me on this one. I'll see you in the next one. And hopefully we'll make more progress than just with reading some logs. Cheers, guys.